Hello friends. So let's start update with respect to GST for the last week. So we had divided our update into three parts. First, we will discuss online portal update. Afterwards, we will discuss the update with respect to GST Council. That means certain representation made to GST Council. And last, we will discuss about the key case laws or advance ruling, which are pronounced in the last week and which could be relevant to many of the taxpayers. So friends, even in this video, we are trying to use certain some Hindi language also. तो हम थोड़ा हिंदी में भी बात करेंगे because of the certain suggestion received that you should use Hindi also meantime the video. So we will try to add in Hindi also. So let's start first online portal related update. As far as online portal related update, ये update most of the taxpayer के लिए important है. And why this is important? Because friends, they had provided a module related to the updation of the functionality deployed on the GST portal. So whatever the updation with respect to GST portal are covered in this module. जो भी अपडेट मे बी लास्ट मंथ और लास्ट वीक में आए हुए हैं which are related to GST portal are covered in this module. So we had also shared the presentation with respect to last week update. So you can check that presentation also. You will get all the link to the module. You can refer that link also. तो आप वो लिंक भी रेफर कर सकते हैं मॉड्यूल की, आप वो प्रेजेंटेशन रेफर कर सकते हैं. Just to we will discuss today or we will discuss in this video certain key updates related to module और जो भी key update online portal के related है और जो module में cover की गई है, let's we'll discuss some of that. First of all, related to registration. So in case of registration module, new functionality on online portal is available. तो आपका रजिस्ट्रेशन अगर सस्पेंड हुआ है या आपका रजिस्ट्रेशन कैंसिल हुआ है और आप फिर से न्यू रजिस्ट्रेशन करने वाले हो, तो एज पर दैट मॉड्यूल और ऑनलाइन फैसिलिटी जीएसटी पोर्टल पे अलाउ की हुई है कि जब आप न्यू रजिस्ट्रेशन अप्लाई करोगे तो आपका जो रजिस्ट्रेशन है वो अलर्ट होगा वो द सेम ऑथोरिटीज which had cancelled earlier registration or suspended the registration of that entity. तो वही अथॉरिटी के पास और वही नोडल ऑफिसर के पास आपका रजिस्ट्रेशन अलॉट हो जाएगा. अभी इसमें एक और बात आती है कि if that get allotted or that registration get allotted to same authority, then whatever the reason of cancellation or suspension him or that authority may knows, and that could delay the registration process. तो ये एक उसका इम्पैक्ट हो सकता है, बट द ऑनलाइन पोर्टल already updated with this aspect. Second, as far as registration is concerned, online portal is also updated that now other authentication is not required for certain purposes, like if you are going to add the authorized signatory and in the core field, then other authentication has been removed. So in that case, certain amendments related to other authentication has also covered in that module. Now, one of the core field or the business or all assessees has required to select their businesses. So for existing taxpayer or existing GST payer, the functionality on the GST portal has made available, wherein the taxpayer has to select the category or the function or the core business activity. As per that tab or as per that function, three categories are provided. One is manufacturing, wholesale or retailer, and service provider and other. So please ensure whatever category you are having, please select that category, because this is made on online portal. This is one of the compulsory aspect. So please complete that. So this is with respect to registration. Now, second, with respect to returns, certain amendments also made on online portal with respect to return. फर्स्ट एंड एवरीवन, तो ये अपडेट सबके लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है और आई थिंक एवरीवन वांट दैट अपडेट और वेटिंग फॉर दैट अपडेट. तो इफ यू सी ऑन ऑनलाइन पोर्टल देयर इज एन रिसेट ऑप्शन मेड अवेलेबल. तो वो रिसेट ऑप्शन से क्या होता है, इफ यू डू दैट रिसेट ऑप्शन, whatever data you uploaded on the GSTR1 or the IFF facility, that will get deleted completely. तो पहले क्या होता था, देयर वाज नो सच ऑप्शन रिलेटेड टू रीसेट एक्सेट्रा. तो हमें अगर डिलीट, सो सबमिशन के बाद डेफिनेटली आफ्टर सबमिशन यू कांट डिलीट एनी डेटा, बट बिफोर सबमिशन आल्सो एनी टैक्स पेयर हैज अपलोडेड द डेटा, देन इट वाज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू डिलीट द डेटा. तो हमें वन बाय वन वो डेटा डिलीट करना पड़ता था. बट नाउ इफ अपलोडेड डेटा इज इनकरेक्ट और देयर इज एनी एरर appearing while submitting the data, तो आप कर रिसेट अगर वो टैब यूज करोगे तो ऑल डेटा विल गेट डिलीटेड एंड यू कैन सबमिट द न्यू डेटा on online portal. Again, this is an useful option and it is made available on the online portal now. Now, this is with respect to return, one of the major change I can say. Then one of the again change, and this is with this is applicable to majority of the manufacturer who is required to file ITC 04. ITC 04 किसके लिए? जॉब वर्कर के लिए. If you manufacturer sending the goods to the job worker, तो आप अगर आपको अगर ITC 04 एप्लीकेबल है तो आप अगर देखोगे तो ITC 04 में टेबल 5 में डाउनलोड ऑप्शन प्रोवाइड किया है ना. So this tab is now made available download. So you can download the table 5 of the ITC 04 now. Whatever detail filled in the ITC 04 table 5, this is available for the downloading purpose. So these are certain written related functionality made available, or new functionality made available. One functionality is refund. Again, this is relevant to many of the taxpayer. तो friends, पहले क्या होता था? Whenever you are going to refund will not be allowed if your tax paid or the GSTR 3B liability or the GSTR 3B amount is less than the refund claim. That means refund claim is more, then refund was not allowed. तो many representation किए गए कि in case of the foreign exchange fluctuation, refund amount could be higher because of foreign exchange. तो ये जो validation criteria था वो अब remove किया है. Now even the refund amount is higher than the 3B amount, the portal is allowing the refund. But please note that this functionality or this validation on online portal has removed only because the FIRC, so there is a fluctuation, you know that there is daily fluctuation in the foreign exchange currency, and because of that the amount of 3B or related to the export could be lower than the amount actually related to the FIRC. So at the time of the filing of the refund or considered for the purpose of the refund. And because of this, this is the reason why that validation has removed. So this is related to refund. One more important update related to the online portal is with respect to GST audit. So friends, now the tab is made available for the GST departmental audit. तो वो टैब से आप ऑनलाइन नोटिसेस को रिप्लाई दे सकते हो, आप एक्सटेंशन कर सकते हो. मे बी ड्यू टू लॉकडाउन एक्सेट्रा सिनेरियो दे हैड मेड दैट अवेलेबल. सो इफ यू आर departmental audit is going on, then you can reply to using that tab. Also, you can use that tab for the purpose of extension if you require the extension for submission of the data. Even you can submit the details of the data by way of the online portal only. So this tab is available. This is also relevant for many of the taxpayer. You can use this for the purpose of the submission of the data also. So this is mainly we had covered the online portal related to update. So mainly we had covered registration, return, and even the refund related update, and one of the GST audit. One small update related to online portal, again relevant for many of us, is you can now see the whether the your vendor has or any of the taxpayer has made or has completed his other authentication through online portal. So it's not even तो आपको login भी करना नहीं होगा. If you put the GSTN number, you can get that whether they had completed the other authentication or not. So this tab is also made available on the online portal. So these are certain key updates. अगर आपको डिटेल में अपडेट चाहिए और आपको सब अपडेट पढ़ने हैं ऑनलाइन पोर्टल के रिलेटेड, तो यू कैन रेफर दैट मॉड्यूल और मॉड्यूल लिंक विच वी हैड प्रोवाइडेड इन आवर प्रेजेंटेशन. और इवन हमने ईच एंड एवरी अपडेट जो भी इंपॉर्टेंट है वो प्रेजेंटेशन में कवर किए हैं. सो यू कैन रीड दैट ऑल्सो. So now second update related to GST policy wing. So friends, GST policy wing के बारे में इस week में एक ही update है, and that is related to the developer. So developer has requested the government that the 18% GST should not be levied in case of JDA agreement. Now, what is JDA agreement? JDA agreement long form is Joint Development Agreement. तो ये जो एग्रीमेंट है वो डेवलपर और लैंड ओनर के बीच में होती है, वेर इन लैंड ओनर एग्रीड टू ट्रांसफर द राइट्स टू द डेवलपर, और वो राइट्स बाय वे ऑफ एन एग्रीमेंट. तो वो एग्रीमेंट पे in the month of March 2019, or in last year in March 2019, one notification has issued wherein it is said that the GST is liable for that agreement. So this aspect has represented by the developer committee to the GST council. अभी वो जब रिप्रेजेंटेशन किया गया, या अभी जो रिप्रेजेंटेशन फाइल किया है जीएसटी काउंसिल के पास, उसमें मेन ऑफ द की एस्पेक्ट्स और की contention one can say it's taken by is that there is a double taxation because in such a transaction stamp duty is also levied, and in addition to GST at the rate of 18%. But friends, in our view, in developer sector, 3 times taxations happen. So there is a triple taxation, and this contention has not definitely taken who had represented the matter. So 3 times कैसे होता है? First, stamp duty definitely. Second, they are required to pay the GST, and third, input tax credit is not available. So whenever there is residential scheme, 5% without input tax is compulsory to them. So this thrice one can say this sector is taxable thrice, 3 times. This one of the contention, or this is also required to be highlighted in our view while representing on behalf of the developer. So let's see whether this consideration or the request of the developer will get considered by the GST Council in days to come. So this is a policy wing update and the representation filed by the developer. Now, last and update related to case law. So we will discuss key case law. First, related to the legal or lawyer. So recently, we had come across, or even though हमारे पास भी 1-2 lawyer आए थे जिनको रिप्रेजेंट नोटिस इशू की गई थी डिपार्टमेंट से कि डेटा प्रोवाइड करो why you had not paid the GST, क्योंकि ITR filed और आपने ITR filed has an turnover about 20 lakh और आपने GST registration और service tax registration लिया नहीं है. So friends, lawyer or services provided by the lawyer has exempted even in pre-GST era. So if we consider the pre-GST era, even in pre-GST era, if you refer serial number 6 of mega exemption notification, the lawyer has exempted from the lawyer had exempted from the service tax also in the pre-GST era. So in that case, Orissa High Court, in the case of Devi Prasad Tripathi, had directed to the authorities or service tax or GST authorities that lawyers are exempted from paying the service tax and GST, and hence don't harass them by issuing the demand notes. So definitely this is a big relief to the lawyer as far as lawyer is concerned. So authorities has directed that don't issue the notices to them. Definitely, if authorities issues a notice, we have to submit the details. Even in our case or whoever the lawyer approach to, so एक lawyer हमें भी approach हुआ था, तो हमने उसके details submit किए, authorities को explain किया कि lawyer को GST lawyer को service tax क्यों applicable नहीं है. We had provided that exemption notification. तो ये सब में जो टाइम जाता है, that can be the harassment. If I am exempted, if everyone knows that the lawyer is exempted, then don't need to give the notices unless and until there is an information that any taxable income has avoided by that lawyer. So again, this is one of the big relief as far as lawyer concerned. Now, friends, we had also, or it is definitely useful to discuss the certain Supreme Court or Honorable Supreme Court direction in the case of Radhakrishna Industry. So in the case of Radhakrishna Industry, during the hearing of plea filed by the Radhakrishna Industries, the Supreme Court or Honorable Supreme Court has made certain observation, and these observations definitely are very relevant as far as GST is concerned. So as far as observation concerned, as per the view of the Apex Court is that the purpose of GST Act has totally lost because of its implementation or in the manner in which it is enforced in the India. So it's whatever the purpose of the GST has completely lost. So definitely one of the purpose of seamless flow of the credit, or one of the purpose that the government was intended to ace the compliances, but we are seeing that there are more compliances in the GST Act as far as compared to the prior pre-GST. The Supreme Court ka ye observation, definitely it's a key observation for every taxpayer. And in our view also, the object of the GST we had lost somewhere, and we are running behind the compliances instead of qualitative parts. Second observation is the balance of the Supreme Court or apex made in these cases. Balance has to be maintained between the protecting the interest of the revenue and protecting the genuine business. So this statement has made by the apex court, और वो ये जो observation है वो बैंक attachment के केस में observation किया गया हुआ है. So friends, you may aware that nowadays bank getting attached without any reason, without considering who is assessee, whether he is a taxpayer from the last very few years, whether it is a large taxpayer, how it will get affected their business. तो कौन सा भी एस्पेक्ट कंसिडर नहीं करके बैंक अटैच किए जाते हैं. Even in some of the cases, we had seen that after receipt of the order, bank get attached even in 2-3 days. तो हमें वो अपील का अपील फाइलिंग के लिए एटलीस्ट 30-60 days एज पर द एक्ट होते हैं. तो 60 days we are having for the purpose of the appeal. Why the authorities are not giving that 60 days also? You can attach after 60 days. That 60 days also not given to many of the taxpayer. After receipt of the order, within 3-4 days, accounts are getting attached in some of the cases. The friends, definitely bank attachment or the attachment of the bank or property should have a proper SOP. So that's only highlighted by the apex court, that there should be the balance between the protecting the interest of the revenue and protecting the genuine business. Mere the assessment order should not lead to the attachment of the bank. तो असेसमेंट ऑर्डर इशू करना मतलब बैंक अटैचमेंट नहीं होता है इफ देयर इज नो जेन्युइन असेसी और योर और ऑथोरिटीज हैज अ कंसर्न अबाउट द रेवेन्यू. तो अगर एसएससी अगर रेवेन्यू या पे नहीं करने वाला या लास्ट उसका ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड गुड नहीं है, then you can attach the bank, then authorities can go for the bank attachment. But at least for the genuine taxpayer, the bank attachment should be implemented with the due care so that business should not be affected. So again, these are the good observation and can be used in the future. Now, one of the case related to Kalyan Jewellers. So Kalyan Jewellers approached to the advanced ruling authorities, and this is an again appellate advanced ruling decision. Approached to the advanced ruling authorities for the gold voucher, taxability of the gold voucher. So friends, there are certain voucher like Amazon voucher, और आपने पुणे सेंट्रल में बहुत सारे वाउचर मिलते हैं कि ये वाउचर लेके आप मूवी देख सकते हैं या कुछ परचेस कर सकते हैं या you can purchase the gifts etc. So in GST law, vouchers are divided into two parts: determined and undetermined vouchers. So determined voucher means what? At the time of the issuing of the voucher, myself knows what is the goods or services going to supply. दैट मीन्स मैंने एक आधा वाउचर इशू किया जो वाउचर से मैं सिर्फ मूवी ही देख सकती हूँ या whoever issued or that person can only see the movie. तो वो वाउचर दूसरे के लिए किसी के लिए यूज ही नहीं होगा. That means at the time of supply itself, I know that the voucher is going to be used at the time of the movie for the purpose of movie purchase only. तो ऐसे वाउचर में GST is payable at the time of the issue of the voucher only. But if the voucher is undetermined, or the undetermined means if let's say वाउचर एक वाउचर से मैं मूवी भी देख सकती हूँ, पेट्रोल भी परचेस करती हूँ सकते हो, यानी गिफ्ट भी ले सकती हूँ, जो मुझे जो चाहिए वो मैं कर सकती हूँ, and that is a cash voucher. Then it is very difficult to know what is the supply is going to be happen with that voucher. So in this case, section 12 or section 13, if you refer that section, that says that in case of indetermined voucher, the GST is payable when the supply is made. That means when vouchers are redeemed. So in this case also, advanced ruling authorities had held same. As per the observation of the AAAR, the voucher is the means of the advance payment of the consideration for the future supply of the goods and services. And in case of gold voucher or Kalyan Jeweler voucher, it is going to be used for the purchase of gold only. And then hence the GST is imposed on the time of supply for the gift voucher or gift cards by the applicant to the customer shall be the date of the issue of the voucher, and the applicable rate of that applicable goods will be applicable. So definitely, if you are engaged in the issuing voucher or any redemption in voucher, then please revisit your position when you are paying the GST, when GST is applicable, at what rate the GST is paid, or you are paying the GST. So please revisit the position in such a cases. Now, one of the, again, this is an advanced ruling decision and it could be relevant to many of the society, mainly of the society. So the Olete Landmark apartment. So this is a residential apartment and that has filed or approached to the advanced ruling authority to know the or to ascertain whether GST is payable to sinking fund. Now, friends, what happens? Sinking fund is like a corpus fund. So it is used only for specified purpose, and in exceptional scenario, it's not used, else it is not used. So advanced ruling authorities has made certain observation, and as per that observation, it says that the whatever the sinking fund is not sinking fund is not in the nature of the deposit. It is in the nature of the advance payment towards the supply of the services. Second observation, that the GST second observation made related to sinking fund is that the CHS or the what bylaws of the CHS were silent on the whether amounts so collected are refundable. So if it is not refundable, then GST is payable, and GST at the 18% is payable at the time of the receipt of the sinking fund amount. So friends, if your sinking fund is refundable, or you or cooperative society sinking from any society's sinking fund is refundable, then please cover that by way of the agreement between the members and the society, because it is again or levy of the GST at the rate of 18% cannot be ruled out in such a cases. So please revisit revisit if any amount has collected before the sinking fund, whether GST is applicable, whether GST is required to be paid to minimize the litigation, etc. So these are the last week update. We